Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Don't expect it too long of a session. This is more of a session zero for our new friend here, who is not only going to be adding a new character, as you can see, they're also going to be helping take over for Aaron, since Tarzan is still currently in Ohio and isn't talking to me. Uh, anyways, say hello, Aiden.
Hello there.
This in mind, actually, what is the... Actually, wait, hold up. I believe it's... what is... There we go, that's the correct one.
And now I can... Hold on. So she has Draconic and... Well, let's not spoil anything for the game.
She has a
But
plot
she does...
important element.
She's supposed to have 4 elements. What are the other 2?
Well, does she not have DT?
She has DT, she has Draconic, but she has 4 elements, remember?
I thought you said she had magic.
Oh, right.
Do you not want magic, or...
I mean, it works.
do you want to replace it with something else?
To be honest, fire.
Alright. We have Hera, our human spellcaster apprentice, with the DT element, the fire element, the draconic element, and an element that oh, they'll both learn very, very soon.
Apparently so.
Greetings. Hello there. Are we connected? Are you there, Aiden?
Yes.
I believe you know exactly who I am. I believe you know exactly who your DM is getting into the character of when he talks like this, don't you?
Hello, friend.
You have some
Old friend.
roles to fill for us if you would be so willing. And I see you've decided to
That's why I'm
add
here.
something else as well.
A free
Normally,
gift, one could
we're
say.
so much more pushy with things, but I suppose we're not really them, are we?
A
Well,
free gift.
I hope you know, in context, you are putting this young girl in danger.
Young girl who wanted to find her brother. Oh,
Her brother was safe.
but she had no idea.
But I suppose now what's more important is... let me ask you. Just how in sync with her are you? Is she her own person, or is she just a puppet?
She is her own person. But my actions are in sync with hers.
Well, I can only hope for the poor girl. I suppose now it's time you meet the man himself. And I suppose it's time you get into character. I suppose you have to make 2 voices for them.
Hey.
Well now, Aaron. You're certainly surprised you have a voice again.
Why not?
Not only that, you feel... for some reason you feel something's different. You know this isn't the original guidance you had, but... maybe you don't care. In truth, only you and Aiden know that now.
This will be fun.
Well, it's in mind. I suppose we'll have to find a way for the young girl to
Enter where?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough, little one. First things first, let us go to the story of our world normal. It is time to enter the plot. As we begin, we're in the light world. A young 14-year-old is here at New Home Academy, looking for her brother. He came home last night with a new friend, someone she hadn't seen him hang out with before. He had tons of papers and strange writings. And something I feel we should flash back to, actually. Just to make this a bit more proper, is in a flashback scene, Non and Aaron were discussing how they realized they were in truth vessels for higher beings. Non seemed far more in sync with it. Aaron was unsure, realizing he was abandoned. For some reason, now he's flashing back to that moment. Now that he has
Wonder why they left.
With this in mind, hopefully this one will still be in sync with you.
Feels like they will try.
Alone in the hallways, she looks for her brother. Hera's unsure where to look, but
Aaron? Aaron? Where are you, Aaron?
she did remember one thing. Though I will ask, what's her one action rank in?
Her one action is...
Passive, aggressive, physical, or intellectual?
Oh, her current action.
Because she does have
Intellectual.
intellectual.
Intellectual, she's smart.
Alright then. With this in mind, she's looking around, but she still can't seem to find anything. She had a note in her hand. A note that her brother had left. She couldn't quite make out what it was saying either. But ever since she's looked at it, something's felt different.
Aaron, where'd you go?
She feels compelled
She
to head...
cookie.
Originally, she isn't sure. She assumes the closet's locked originally. After all, for what reason would she have to assume it's accessible? For some reason, though, she feels a compulsion towards the principal's room. Towards Principal Gaster's room.
She begins walking to the room, almost in a trance.
Welcome to the principal's office.
She looks around, sees in the surroundings. She just doesn't remember being here before.
Looking around, she looks at the place. It's lightly ransacked. It looked as if one half of the room was diligently searched through. However, the other half looked as if someone more or less just jostled and tore things apart to see if any hidden doorways or hidden hallways would magically accessivate her somehow. Though, one thing she is drawn to the desks. There are various papers still strewn about.
She looks at them and tries to read them.
Immediately she will notice they are in Wingdings. While she can lightly read Wingdings, I'm assuming to some degree, It's not.
with her intelligence. It's not. She can't one-for-one translate,
And two, from
but
the
she
looks of it,
get most
nothing
shit.
seems to be here. There's lots of things on various students. There's a few things mentioning higher powers and the like, but that's to be expected in a culture like this.
She's just like, damn it.
And then suddenly she sees it.
What is that?
A paper, seemingly tucked away in a, I wouldn't say discard pile, but seemingly in a file marked, as far as you can tell. It's more or less explained. How do I? Because I want to say it, but I'm trying to think of the term that I would actually say for this. Because I'm not gonna say failures, because that's not correct.
Failures in the sense of what?
The term would be
And a retest. Marked for retest.
potential vessels,
Ah.
or potential, not potential vessels, potential fate terms. No, it's
Potential
it's
profit.
both. It's both, actually.
She picks up that file.
And, well, it's not the file itself. It's the fact that
paper.
there's a paper in it with her name on it.
She picks up the paper and begins discerning the meanings. What does this even
She
mean?
finds another paper. And another. They're sessions. You're not
She begins trying to read them.
you're not quite sure what they're for. They're tests for their psychological examinations and various other things, but this large stack of paper she's accumulated is all... While reading it, it sounds like madness. Especially since, well, she doesn't remember any of these sessions with the principal.
Weird. Something's off. She takes the papers and begins reading them, sitting against the wall and reading them, trying to make sense, make heads or tails of any of this.
She finds something that gives her an answer. What she finds is a name. A set of names. Entity name: Aiden. Potential vessel: Hera.
What? Somebody's gonna control me?
Synchronization: target and entity personalities seem to be in heavy sync. According to my calculations, synchronization of 75%. This will allow easy merger and prevent dissonance between them. However, this is assuming we choose her to send into the Dark World.
She just stares at this and is like, Dark World?
Real quick, I'm gonna roll for her again. Let's do a quick roll for her again. I need to know. She gets a sensation of dread in her stomach.
Something's off. Something's really off.
And then suddenly, everything turns black. She tries to look around for a light switch, but as she looks around, she realizes she's not looking through anything.
This feels so weird.
She feels like she's descending. Man, I'm an extra fucking idiot. I didn't even unpause it. I straight up stopped recording because I'm a fucking dumbass. Man, I wish I wasn't a scuffed idiot. Hello, everyone.
Well,
We're with Hera, and she's being accosted by 4 pieces of Gaster, and she's going to murder the fuck out of the angel. Ain't that right, Hera? Aren't you our adorable little god killer? Is that right? Are you our little god killer? Good. Good, good, good. Since you're here, I suppose I shall have to help you better understand things. And of course, with Aiden acting as a bit of a guide, are you speaking? Is my audio fucking up?
no, I can hear you. It's just, I couldn't hear you for a second there.
This in mind. Now it is time, my apprentice. Let me ask you, how much do you hate the gods?
They don't deserve control.
Good. Good. And as all the others fade away, this one will stay with you. And with it, it's finally revealed.
Void.
Go now. Note, I will be here if you need me. If ever you have a question, I will be here to ask.
Thank you, sir.
And for me, if you would, make sure you slowly tear the angel's wings off, one by one. With it, as you slowly find yourself awakening, you find yourself somewhere you've never been before.
And her body is slowly changing.
Here's a quick question. What does she look like in the light world?
A small, almost geeky child with a lot of imagination. Orange, almost eyes. They almost look faded orange. Her hair, a dark brown. Her skin Caucasian, like her brother, most likely. And her stature being short.
And as she, of course, however, we can't forget, as a follower of Gaster, or technically apprentice, we all know exactly what she has on her face. It's the reason
she has a mark.
It's why she hates the angel.
The angel scarred her and worst her vision.
She remembered the day. In a quick moment, she
The
remembered
hour. The minute.
seeing those 6 burning wings unfold in front of her. At first, it was beautiful. And then the burning started.
The mental agony she remembers.
And she looks,
Fueled her.
and with it, what does she become in the dark world?
Her body begins burning with magic. As with it's not regular magic, it's a new magic. Something that's never been seen. A dark orange flame bursts from her, melting and absorbing the medical braces and the glasses she had, causing her eyes to change color, change pupil shape, causing the medical bracers to form draconic scales on her forearms.
There we go. And with it,
And that everlasting mark, that marring piece, stays. Almost tried to be covered over, but couldn't.
in truth, a scar is never gone. But
It is orange instead. It's the deep orange
it is how we move.
of her eyes.
It is how we heal from them that define us.
And hers,
her healing
she's
is
gotten stronger.
Her healing is a burning vengeance that cauterized that wound. As she slowly starts getting to her feet, for the first time in a long while, her eyesight is clear. And she doesn't...
And her glasses are gone.
Yeah. She's not quite sure what to feel necessarily. Or maybe I should let... She goes forward. She wanders a bit, and suddenly... Damn it, I really do need to get a sprite for King Ralsei.
King?
Yeah. Suddenly, a tall man, a goat person with pink horns, approaches. Oh, hello there. Who are you? How did you get in here? What are you doing here?
Her scar starts burning with deep orange glow.
Oh my. I've never seen someone quite like you. I've seen quite a few Lightners. I must say it's the first time in a few years. I'm impressed. Would you like help off? Would you like help up?
She looks up at him and just stares with fierce, glowing orange eyes.
Well. You're one of Gaster's, aren't you?
You know him?
I know him. To some degree. To some degree,
Are you against him?
To some degree, I wish I didn't. But no, I'm not against him. I may think both of them are batshit insane madmen who absolutely cross multiple ethical lines when it comes to what they do. But I'm not against them because, well, at this point, I really don't have any better ideas than them.
She just looks around at her surroundings again, just taking in the surroundings. Where is here?
Welcome to the Dark World, little one.
The Dark World. The papers. I see.
Oh.
You hear something, but her mouth isn't moving when she says this. I need to kill those angels.
I'm assuming you're likely one of those Lightners who he was potentially trying to see if they would be suitable vessels for those, whatever they are.
It hurts. They burn.
They burn? If I can get you something to cool your face with, are you alright?
No. The original attack still burns my face. Mars it. Destroys my forearms. They made new.
Oh. He then looks at you. Ah. You... Of course. That makes sense as to why he would. Of course. I won't act like you should remember me. By the time I was there, you were already unconscious. I remember.
You saw what damage they dealt.
Indeed. I suppose you...
At the time, her eyes would have actually been like completely white. There were no pupils at all in her eyes. The mark was bleeding. Her forearms were shriveled, even.
Yeah. The angel fucked her up bad.
Oh yeah.
I suppose you probably disapprove of my choice to let him live, don't you?
You let them go.
You cannot judge a race based on their leader.
You let him go.
They are a race dying out already. To kill him would
punishment should be served.
I will not oppose you in what you do if you meet him. I will only say that the world we live in is but one of many infinite scaling realities. We never truly understand the full scale of our actions. What may seem easy may, in the long run, perhaps be the harder option.
No, it's not it. It's not just easy. It's vengeance.
The king will place a hand upon your scar.
It burns us. It burns him.
He still
very,
holds
very
it.
hot.
He still holds it there. I remember when I fought him. I remember when he grabbed me by the horns. I still feel it too.
The marring. Why do they have to hurt? Why do they have to pain?
I don't know.
We hurt others. For what reason?
To be honest, I couldn't give you an answer for why things are as they are. It is simply how they
Then
were
I
made.
plan to fix that.
I cannot say why the angel did as he did. Only that I can only go off his word and that he does what he does for his people. I know not
People.
why the
Did he
knight.
try to rend my soul from my body? Did he fail?
In truth, when you are a leader, even if good or bad, you must understand. You bear the weight of the survival of your people upon your hands. Every action you take that leads to a child dying of starvation is a child who died because of you. Desperation can fuel even the most horrendous of actions, and can justify anything within someone's mind. What is one world when there are infinite
So,
copies?
did his power break on my body? Is that why I'm still alive?
In truth, I know not what the true plan of the angels and the titans were. All I can say is that
Titans?
it is what he intended on creating with the fountains when the roaring happened. No titans ever were made. It was only him and it was only him and what remained of his race as they wandered, struggling to survive. All that I know is that they did intend to rule over the Lightners, not destroy them.
Then why am I broken?
There are many angels, some fallen, some who have stood, who still stand. Some believe that in order to fix the world, you must break it first, so that it can be made stronger.
Like a bone.
That does not always mean that is the correct way of doing it.
Then I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
You seek your brother, don't you?
That's why I came. Got a lot more answers than I bargained for.
You know, I can't imagine he'll be happy to see his younger sister here.
And he should know by now.
I can't stop
His
you,
sister's imagination is powerful.
and I can't stop you from creating your own destiny. Or at least attempting to. I certainly tried.
You're not a Lightner.
Doesn't mean I couldn't make my own decisions.
Oh. But it does make it not matter.
Maybe to you. But they matter to some.
Long run.
Yeah,
Well, in the long run,
I will
you're still here.
I will ready the great door for you. Normally, I abstain from using its ability to warp. Over time, the more I used it, the more unstable it became. But I assume you wish to find your brother as fast as you can.
No, I wish to find this world a little more, rather than just skip to the goal.
Oh, well, in that case,
What's an
please come into
adventure
town.
without a party?
Well then, if you would like to come
Thank
into
you.
town, please do.
Sure.
I have a
Jean seems a lot more happy now that she's off the topic of the angel.
I have a feeling that certain someone may be intrigued to see you back, considering who he's involved with. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one with in a position of power and influence. Why? Okay, why am I auto moving? What? What? Okay, what's going on? Why am I auto moving?
Anyway.
That's weird. That's really weird. Fuck, I forgot to save. God fucking damn it.
Hold on. I have, hold on.
You have everything yourself.
I have everything.
Down.
I have everything.
Yeah.
I have everything written down.
God fucking damn it, I should have saved. It's just... Fucking Christ. Because I swear to God, the last, 3 or 4 sessions I've had have been completely scuffed. Beyond belief, and nothing I can do can fix them.
Well, just don't make a character sheet.
Anyways, it's not like we'll do it. I doubt we'll do any combat.
I mean, I would like a test combat, as in, against one normal enemy.
Alright. I mean, you have your stats written down at least, right?
Yeah, I have everything written down.
Ah, good.
Oh yeah, what's the other type? I have passive, aggressive, and intellectual.
Passive, aggressive, intellectual, and physical.
Physical.
Yeah. If you notice, we do things in a lot of things of 4.
Yeah. Then I broke the sequence. With 5. In any which case, she seems happy to come into town. And she's geeking out. She's exploring.
Yep. So, which place seems most interesting? The shop, the cafe, the bakery, the dojo, the shop. In particular, you do feel a big compulsion toward. You're gonna go to the shop?
She has nothing better to do. She's going to immediately go to the shop.
Oh, there we go. That's the correct choice. That is the correct choice. Sorry if my sniffling is gross.
Honestly, I do worse.
As she enters, a bit of a flood, a memory quickly floods into her head. She remembered Gaster, and she's kind of, since she's already piecing memories together fairly easily, she remembers him, since he was involved.
Sean!
Oh, well, hello there, Hera. I never expected to see you here again.
I came. I figured out how.
Hello there, little one.
What items do you have?
The normal, the usual. Oh, I suppose.
Any wands?
Wands. Afraid not. Not here.
It's alright.
Haven't quite sold.
Salesman, not a magic salesman.
Haven't quite sold weapons in quite a while, really.
Yeah. You're a general salesman, not our weapons. She goes up and hugs him because she remembers him as a very nice person.
Oh yeah, Sean may have been involved with the Gaster stuff, but he was there because he knew for a goddamn fact if he wasn't, Jevil would be there instead.
Yeah.
Fuck no, he's not letting Jevil be close to children. he doesn't... Like, Jebel's not a bad guy, he's just dangerous, because he's fucking
Just crazy.
violent as shit. Yeah. That, and, you know, they already have both Gasters there. Like, with both Gasters there, that's enough
Again,
batshit
she hugged
insanity.
him.
Someone needed to be there who was ethical. They will hug back.
It's been so long. I never thought I'd see you again.
It has been quite a time indeed. I remember always feeling a bit miffed that they chose Aaron over you. Sure, your brother's strong, but
I don't have a strong body, but I have a very strong mind.
and in this world, one truly strong of mind can do anything.
She nods as she her magic started flowing around her in, the dark orange flame.
I remember when we first realized that was a different element. I remember being so happy watching that goopy skeletal bastard have to eat his hat. I remember it.
And I was the proof.
Yes,
I created my own magic element.
I had no doubts. in you. Well, I suppose you'll probably want to get a wand. Maybe... I suppose a staff might work for now.
Staff would work. I don't need to cast magic through it, really. I cast magic with my body.
Well, I suppose you'll have to head to either head to Malleus or the party dojo, one or the other.
Thank you. And take care of yourself, Sean.
You too, Hera. You too.
Thank you. Oh, out of character real quick. Hera, I took it from hurt in a different language. So this is even more like lore for her character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that and Hera is also the name of a Greek goddess. So it's kind of fitting that the person who seems to hate gods is literally named after one.
And after pain, or hurt, literally the word hurt in a different language. Spanish, actually.
I do question, why is this song called April 2012? Like that's...
Lead your team to victory.
That's like the big thing I like question.
If you want to ace your paper, download Grammarly. Are you?
Anyway.
As you walk in, you see people you don't really recognize any of these people, but I mean, oh well.
She looks at the party, the disco, and is just, that's way too bright. these new eyes that's just... She almost has like a sensitivity in her eyes and ears to sounds and sights due to their new rejuvenation.
As you walk a little bit further away from the brighter segments, further away from the center part, where evidently would appear to be some people having a bit of a dance-off, you see the help desk. If I recall.
She walks up to the help desk, shielding her eyes from the light and leaning on one ear to try to not have as much pain go in.
Ah. Hey. Welcome to Party Dojo. You looking for anything?
Sorry, it's just so distracting. She points at the disco ball.
Ah. Sorry, kid. The arena's currently in use and they want the ball on. Sorry.
It's fine, it's just... gives me a headache.
Well, the music ain't
What
too
is there to
hard.
find here?
Well, for the most part, we've got some... Well, if you want, you can... Once the people in the arena are currently done, if you want, you can fight someone in the arena for $25 dark dollars.
No, I don't.
Get get some blank spell scrolls, get various armor, some tension items. And if you want, I can put in a good word for Malleus to get you a weapon. Though it'll be a bit of a...
Oh, yes.
Oh, I can call him over here real quick.
She...
We used to sell weapons, but at the moment we're out of stock.
Not here. Not here. I see why. Her eye twitches just randomly due to the light.
I can turn the disco ball
Lighting of the
down
room.
a bit, I just can't turn it off. He dims the disco ball.
Fine. She starts opening her eye a little bit more. Thank you.
Sorry, can't turn it off. It's ironic.
It's fine.
We go through all this to pay to keep the lights on so we can pay to keep the lights on. So people can pay to have the lights on.
Is that really the only thing you spend here?
Well, I mean, for the most part, it's a party dojo. You come here to rent out for parties, or you come here to exercise. That or get exercise equipment.
Exercise. You know, I used to be able to exercise, but after that
Used to. I don't know about you, kid,
accident, I couldn't.
But, well,
I couldn't anymore.
well,
I just
I'd say
lacked
you've
the
recovered
energy at
pretty
the time.
alright, as he points to your forearms.
No,
Ask me, you could probably outdo me pretty
no.
easily.
It's not that I've recovered. I've regenerated. Forcefully.
He looks a bit around. Oh.
There used to be items on these forearms. Now the items are the forearms.
Would you like anything?
What do you have?
Let's see here. I've got a blank spells. I've got blank scrolls. I've got blank scrolls. You can put action attacks and scrolls on too. I can call Malleus over real quick, and he can get you any of the weapons. from the Card Kingdom or any of these various other weapons.
Though, I would like one of those blank scrolls. I need something to write on.
Alright, kid. You notice Rousey is, kind of still behind you. Kind of acting as a chaperone. He pays for it.
Thank you. She thinks about Rousey's name, starts scrambling it around in her head. And she comes up with Azrael. Because
Does she say
that's
it out
really
loud?
the only other thing I can think of.
Does she say it out
No.
loud?
Right. Actually, Rousey, Azrael?
Yes.
Hmm?
That is what my name is an anagram. Emma, child, well done. And no,
Thank you.
as far as you can, and no, I haven't necessarily met him. Well, I have, but it was once. It was during the roaring, and yeah.
She
Met a lot of
seems a
people
little
during-
disheartened on this topic.
Yeah, met a lot of people during then that I haven't seen since then for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm. She,
Yeah, he actually looks
You
at
know,
your scar.
she instead
and
of
he actually kind of
getting a
looks at the
pen,
ground.
instead of getting a pen, she just starts writing with straight void,
On the blank
like just the black
scroll.
goopiness.
Or is she just writing on the scroll to use it?
No, she's just writing on the scroll to write on the scroll. She's not writing any actual action.
She's
She's
not.
just using void because she doesn't have a pen.
You're not using the item as a. It's designed to. You're using it as a. Yeah, it makes sense.
Diary, basically. Today, I found many, many things. One of them being, a couple of them being, old friends. An old enemy. Let's go find Malice. I should, see who he is. I might not remember him until I see his face.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. Remember who?
Him, Malice, I might not remember
Ah.
him until I see his face again.
Makes sense.
Was he one of the four that was there?
No. It wouldn't necessarily make much sense. He's kind of in the know because he's sort of like a figure in the Dark World who has very much has a lot of reverence and respect. So Rousey did come to him with this because he's very much a wise old man. He's not the most sagely person out there, but he is fairly sagely.
But he is a sage.
Yeah. He's in the know, but he wouldn't have been involved.
He's not the
in
most
that.
sagey sage, but damn does it count.
Yeah. But he wouldn't be involved. You wouldn't know him.
Yeah, so yeah, she wouldn't have remembered.
Yeah. I assume, are you going to...
Oh yeah, she's getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, too fucking loud?
She does not enjoy
Way
too fucking loud.
fucking bright. It's way too bright, way too loud. You're still getting used to all this. You need to get the
This
fuck
is just
out.
not her environment.
You can't deal with this. It's too
Yeah,
much.
no thanks.
It's too much for your autism.
Too much for her newly regenerated
Nice.
organs.
She's a bit in a state, we'll put it. She's kind of, now that her eyes can process things in a hyper definite, in like an in HD 4K, she's like kind of, she's hyper desperate for stimulation, but hypersensitive to stimulation.
Yes.
As you enter in here, you see two people. You see this man, Malleus, as well as Malleus and another person. Ralsei will chime up and say, "Ah, hello. Hello, Malleus. Hello, Top Chef. Mamma mia, another lightner. What is a little one doing like you doing here? What is your name? Hello there."
She looks up suddenly and quickly at the top chef. I'm Hera.
It's a nice to meet you, Hera.
Her her scar is still a little bit orange. It's noticeable even. It's like it's a crack in her skin that goes all the way down and it's just hollow. That's what it looks like.
Top Chef notices it, but he doesn't stare at it. He's an older gentleman. He understands not to stare at people's scars. He notices it, but, he doesn't pay it any mind. It's a scar. He knows better than to simply do that. And he's especially not going to stare at a scar on such a young person's face. He knows exactly what that'll do to them. Uh-oh. Well. Uh-oh. Man. Everything is going scuff today. Oh dear. Uh-oh. That's... uh-oh. Omega yikes. Oh.
Here's what happened.
What happened?
Family.
They barge in?
Yeah.
Are you not supposed to be up right now, or?
I mean, I'm past 18. It shouldn't fucking matter. But it's not a cancer.
Well. Yeah, it is what it is sometimes,
In any case, sorry for messing with you recording.
It's this recording session's already scuffed as fuck anyways.
Alright. So, what else? So, yeah, she's going to... I need to get back to character. What was she doing?
She was currently at Malleus and Top Chef's shop, about to get a staff, since she doesn't currently have a weapon.
Yes. Oh. Okay, I'm back in the character. Hey, so, that regeneration was so taxing. Did you hear me, or?
Sorry, I don't think I did. What are you looking for?
I said, let me say that again. So hungry, that regeneration was so taxing.
Oh, here. Malleus will, as he just casually pulls off, uh, you know how his hammerhead has two sides to it?
Yeah.
He just casually pulls one of those off and he gives it to you. Here. And as it, as you watch it become like this bread like food substance.
She devours in one bite. She's that hungry.
She just shoves it down.
Gone instantaneously.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Even like Ralph's like, whoa, little one, careful now. Don't just eat your food too quickly.
She'd opened her mouth, and you had noticed that there are a lot more sharp teeth than is normally in a lightener.
Reminder, Ralph was in a party with Susie.
Well, and normally in a human lightener.
He doesn't know that. The only human he knows is Chris. Like the only actual humans he really knows are Chris and Aaron and you. Like he doesn't act like he wasn't really involved with the Gaster shit. He just knew of it.
Yeah, but the point is that the other two humans didn't have this kind of sharp teeth.
True. I mean, he looks at it. I mean, Malleus and Top Chef react like, wow, that's a lot of teeth. Ralph you notice is very much, I mean, he's very much like surprised that a human has such a draconic teeth. However, he is not at all he's not anywhere near as shocked as you would assume he would be. Like, reminder, he's seen Chris eat moss.
He's seen some shit.
Like he saw Chris eat moss. There's not a lot. There is not a lot that
can put him.
Yeah, that can really phase him.
Yeah. Fair enough. It wasn't for to phase him, it was just more lore.
Yeah. I will say, I've not quite seen a lightener pull off what you've done, that's for sure. I've seen lighteners, merge with their items and armors to some degree due to what they are, but...
She looks at her forearms. That happened here. She points at her forearms. And then her eyes. And her ears. And apparently her teeth now, too. Seems like I'm unique.
Suppose so.
In a stronger way.
Well, I hope you can... Well, one can only hope what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Again, he looks to the ground, away from you, almost like ashamed of himself.
She depicts this as... You messed up at some point, didn't you? You trusted the wrong person. They hurt you.
Oh, no. Oh, believe you me, it's not that. I'm surprised you haven't realized. Remember, I've met you before, but you didn't meet me. Why do you think you were able to recover as well as you did after what happened to you?
Master decided to help?
I did all I could, but as he looks at the scar, like he stares at it.
You couldn't fix all of me.
I was so focused on fighting. For once I focused my all on fighting.
How bad was my body when you first saw it? By the way, at that time, she basically looked like a shriveled corpse.
So, like, she was fucked up. Like,
Yeah, she was entirely fucked up.
the only thing she, like, there's a reason she had to have, why basically her entire, her forearms basically regenerated. Like, she had bones. And
Yeah.
he got her back the ability to use her arms. She had usable limbs because of him.
But they weren't that strong, and she couldn't recover in the light world.
Yeah. Focusing so much on fighting. I told myself I could do it. That the angel wasn't truly evil. After all, she was alive. He let her live.
He almost killed me. And I bet if you didn't do anything, I would have died.
I don't know.
She's speaking in awfully harsh tones right now. One that you wouldn't expect out of a 14-year-old, especially the other two.
He looks in her eyes.
Her eyes stare back with an awesome fury.
So young. And yet I see your eyes hold the same power as that angel.
It only needs to be brought out, doesn't it?
I suppose that's why we're here, aren't we? Malleus,
Yeah.
yes, you have a good collection of staffs that I believe a young spellcaster could use well. Of course, of course. I've got a collection.
A bonking stick? She asks with a certain degree of glee in her voice.
Hold on, where is... What? I know we have staff weapons available. Where the fuck are they?
Let's watch this to see where you looking.
I swear to God we had staff weapons. Like, swords... No, there are hands, swords...
I mean, staffs are one-handed weapons. They're like 1.5-handed weapons.
Swear...
Right.
We don't necessarily have the same type. We don't necessarily run weapons like one or two-handed, technically. At least the same way. I swear to God. Club? God damn it. You know what it is? We do have staves. It's just none of them are the custom weapons. That's right. None of them are like the custom, or like... They would be...
I mean, we can make one.
Yeah, they would specifically be the staffs used by the Hathies.
By the what?
They would be the staffs used by Hathies.
Okay, can you type that and put it on in the Discord chat?
Yeah.
In general?
The reason I don't have them written in to the generic weapons option is because the Heart Staff and Cold Heart Staff are like technically unique to Hathies and Head Hathies. So as a consequence,
we'd probably be using it to raise purely her mag rather than both mag and attack, or like a little bit of mag and a little bit of attack, but not. just attack. But other than that, it should be fine.
If you want attack and magic, technically, you would go for the Cold Heart Staff. I do. You know what? I should add the Heart and Cold Heart Staff into the normal weapons list with some effects for them. Actually, now that I think about it, since all things considered, since staffs are a proper weapon type. Like, they are going to be a proper weapon type. I do need to actually do that. So thank you for getting me to actually finally realize I need to do that and not just rely on my pre-existing list like a dumbass.
Okay. So... 20 def? Yeah, at the moment she has 20 defense. How much defense does someone else have? Anybody else?
Let's see here. At the current moment, note everyone is level 5 technically.
27. And she has almost their level.
Granted, Libran is a form spellcaster, so he doesn't necessarily have the most defense by his race. And being a spellcaster, he doesn't get a lot of buffs to defense until later.
Okay, so let's see somebody else. 20 def? She's a level 4 character in defense.
Well, Arca is a shadow. Literally the smallest amount of defense possible. So they started with a very small amount.
Okay. Let's see
Nom.
humans. 34, so...
Yeah. And, if I recall...
She's a little under-defensed, but it's not
and
as
here's
bad.
your older brother.
51!
You have no idea how fucking frustratingly goddamn tanky this fucking jock is.
And then we have the little dinky one over here.
Yeah, dinky.
A level 1 with 20 defense.
With the same defense as the fucking actual fighter. Because yes, Arca is the party fighter. They just have a self-given name.
Kara?
No, self-given names and titles are like a custom name for your class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And her custom name is Sorceress, or Sorcerer.
Sorceress, or Sorcerer.
Or just Sorceress.
That's how you spell sorceress, right?
Yeah. Oh. Sorcerer. S. There's no C at the end. It's just ESS after the...
I'm dumb. I realize. I see.
No, the other one.
I know, I realize.
Yes. Delete it. Yes. Good.
Ooh, cool. So from your options, what are you going to choose? The Heart Staff or Cold Heart Staff?
She's going to pick the Cold Heart Staff, because that gives both magic and attack, doesn't it?
Alright, then. Yeah. With that in mind, I'll write it later. I'm fucking tired. I don't want to fucking...
It's H-A-R-T, right? Not H-E-A-R-T?
Cold Heart Staff.
Yeah.
H-E...
How do you spell the heart?
H-E-A-R-T. It's like, heart, as in the organ.
Okay, what does it give for stats?
For one thing, it works off of a D8. So that's
D8?
Quick.
What stats does it give?
And it specifically gives a extra D4 to attack and magic.
How much?
Let's roll to see.
So it's 2d4?
And it's a 2 to both.
Okay.
What?
What's the other? Is there anything else with it?
I'm sorry, I just... For some reason... Oh my fucking god, why are you like this? I hate...
You good, G?
No, it's like, I'm trying to write this down, and it's doing it in
So
the
it's I.
fucking stupidest way.
So it does a d8 ice damage, specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
For instance, how we work, you have an attack stat, and your weapon dice divides your attack stat.
Explain? Give an
Basically,
example, rather.
Aaron's Giga Gunblade has 2 options. Basically how it works is like this. When rolling with the weapon, upon hitting the enemy, since, we don't have a traditional AC system, we use positioning, it means we have a more traditional attack defense, kind of. However, we can't just deal it as raw damage, that'd be a bit much. How it works is more so along the lines like this. When you hit an enemy, the weapon you're using has a certain dice associated with it. Aaron has 38 attack. He hits an enemy, and he rolls a 8. That means this 38 will be divided by 8, and that will be dealt as damage.
Oh, so it's lower better.
Yeah.
For damage. The lower you roll, the better. So what happens if you roll? Is that a crit?
If you roll a 1, you just deal the maximum amount of damage possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have a TP based attack.
Yep.
Which is actually fantastic. Which means she can cast it like basically any time, and she can deal damage almost every turn through a spell.
Yep.
She looks at the heart spell, the heart on top, and tries gnawing on it like candy. She's hungry still.
I can cook you some
Think
food.
a slice of bread is gonna be enough?
Bro, it was like the size of half your head.
You must not remember how taxing regeneration can be. Especially when it's like merging regeneration.
I suppose you have a point.
Cooking? Yes, please.
Why are you like this? Why do you have to be like this?
She's chaotic.
No, it's trying to work with tabletop sim and trying to fucking type things on cards. For some fucking reason. It does shit in the stupidest way. Like, I swear to God, dude. Cause,
I mean, don't worry, I have my stats, so we're good. So, I don't have all the information that you'd have being a DM.
it's just like, I'm trying to You see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to actually write this down in the correct places, and it literally just does not want to function. Like, you see what I am literally typing the frontmost of this, and it's literally not... And I'm like, why? Why are you doing this, Tabletop Sim? Why do you do things like this? I don't understand. It's so obnoxiously hard to actually type shit with.
I mean, once I get used to a typing system, I kind of get used to a typing system.
Like, I just...
Huh?
No, it's because it's like, it's fucking nonsensical, I swear to God. Like, oh
Yeah,
my
because
God.
it's partially not on the thing. It's partially not on where it's supposed to be, your marker. Right?
It's like, because I was like, I swear to God, it starts perfectly in line. And,
All hell breaks loose.
yeah.
Let's just leave it alone
God,
for right now. Right now.
Just a case of I want to be able to have everything displayed here for ease of being able to just read everything in the immediate moment.
Just remember, I have 10 HP.
Yeah.
Did you remember to save?
Yeah, I have. Multiple times at this point. Just, God, it's so scuffed. Everything is scuffed.
Anyway. So, she drools at the countertop, looking at all the food. She's about to eat like a frickin' Saiyan. Saiyans in Dragon Ball eat a lot. Just saying.
Well, if you
Like, they
would
eat
like some
inhuman
food, we
amounts.
have some things. We have a spin cake, a double dark we have a spin cake if you would like it.
Sure. She's about to devour it in one bite, like Luffy.
Just so you know, the spin
You saw
cake.
like Luffy.
Yeah, the spin cake is designed to feed like a full party of 4.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna eat a whole party of 4.
They're gonna watch you as you just consume this.
It's very quick. 3 or 4 seconds, and
Man, kid,
it's gone.
You are hungry. You know, maybe you should take up Ralsei's offer and go have him cook you something to eat. Something with meat in it.
Yeah. She turns almost like 180 degrees when the moment you said the word meat.
Yes, I am quite the cook. I cook a lot of things via cauldron cooking.
Please.
What would you like, little one?
She thinks, what are my options?
He pats you on the... He will pat Hera on the head. Anything.
She stares back. Anything?
Anything.
She asks for... Hold on. I'd like a very large steak. Very, very large.
Alright, anything on it?
I really don't know condiments for steak.
Alright, well...
Steak seasoning, I guess?
Of course. Well, I suppose...
She looks very hungry. She's basically like, she's too hungry to think properly.
Let's get you something to eat then, little one. As you now head off towards the castle. I assume.
Yeah.
I don't have the interior yet. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're fine. We could make an interior. It just does like
I mean,
4 room.
To some degree, I do want to wait a bit for Toby to release more, so we can get more map data for Ralsei's castle.
But right now, we just have food.
Yeah.
Consume the food.
As you head over there, you said you wanted
Yep.
at least one instance of combat, right?
Yes.
As you walk through, you accidentally bump into someone. You accidentally bump into a head Hathy.
She crosses blades with it. Or she crosses staffs with it because she has the same staff. Right?
You accidentally bump into it, and initially I assume you're trying to do that to show, kindness.
Yeah.
This, head Hathy, if you know, have the ice element. They're also
Yes.
very cold, and they're also cold-natured. They're like, are you fucking mocking me, you little shit? She goes, bitch, are you fucking mocking me? With your fucking whack-ass nails? Excuse me?
She just... Now she looks pissed. Are you being an asshole?
No, are you...
She's...
no, bitch.
She interrupts you outright. No. We ain't doing that. You're going to die.
You wanna fucking go, cunt? I'll fucking beat your ass.
Yes.
I'll beat
I'll
you
beat
and
your
your
ass harder.
whack-ass nails.
Sure.
Fucking broke
Try
bitch.
it.
Real quick, call
Try
a
it.
number in between 1 and 10.
The average of 110 is 5.
She's going to call 7. And you get to go first.
Bonk. She is going to bonk the head Hathy. I couldn't hear any of the music.
There wasn't music playing at that exact moment, sorry. Can you hear music now or no?
No.
No?
No.
Damn, that sucks. I guess you'll have to get your own battle music.
The head Hathy is going to not have a very good time.
You're going to attack?
Yeah.
And your target will be the head Hathy. Since it's what you're targeting, you won't. Well, unfortunately, you hit position 2. You hit just above it.
And that's not moving.
Yeah, it's not its turn yet. Since you did go for melee, I'm afraid you can't. That it just hits here, and that's about it. Are you going to move from your positioning at all?
Yeah, because what?
By default, you're in position
2, 3, 4,
5.
5. What's the average of 9? The average of 9 is 4, so move to 6.
Alright then. With that in mind, the head Hathy is going to begin her turn. And she's going to look at you like, excuse me, bitch. I know you did not just try and hit me. If you can tell, I'm going for a very stereotypical ghetto-ass woman for this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm feeling very sassy.
Sure.
And she's going to move to position 1. And she's going to instead of using her Cold Heart staff, because she's a form, technically she can, automatically equip her own variants of weapons. She's going to throw her throwing hearts.
Guess if they're not gonna hit her then.
Position 1, but since this is a projectile, it rolls for its own movement. Whoops.
Rolls for its own movement?
Yeah, that's how projectiles work. They pass through the grid.
Okay. So am I supposed to destroy that?
You can. You're allowed to move.
I wanna.
Yeah, you're allowed to move to it. Do you want to break it? It's only one.
Yeah, she wants to destroy it. Yeah, she wants to break it.
You immediately go to break it. And with it, you gain its movement. However, there's only one.
Okay. I thought it was TP.
Nah. Let's see here. Let's see how much TP you actually gain real quick.
Here's how she breaks it. She goes over to it and just chomp. She chomps on it, and it shatters.
Aha. Nice.
Intimidation tactics.
And with it, you gain 7 TP from that.
7 TP?
Yep. It is now
That's
your
7%.
turn. Once again.
Oh, she has to go for another melee attack.
You could just talk to her, but if you want to go for another attack, you can.
Hold on. Before I actually press attack,
No, you can
talking.
Actually, wait.
Talk. Let's talk and see what talk does.
I mean, what do you want to say? You want to talk to her?
Intimidation, rather than just talk. She's kind of angry.
Makes sense. So this would be an aggressive roll.
Yeah.
Which you unfortunately have 0 bonuses in. So. Oh. Nat 20.
What?
So
you motherfucking
so
bitch!
what do you say to
end
her?
you.
That's what you
She
say?
just is like, you bitch! I'll end you.
Like, you tried to be polite and apologize after you bumped into her, you know?
Yeah, and then after that whole thing, the biscues me is about to get biscued into the dirt.
Oh, damn, that's brutal. So, with that in mind, bitch is like, oh god, listen, okay, wait, listen, hold on, hold on, okay, listen, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean, listen, okay, I'm sorry, okay, I didn't mean nothing. And she's going to spare you. She's going to ask you for mercy.
She is not going to give it.
So you're not going to spare her? Her name is
She
Yellow.
is in a Noelle state right now. She is in what one could say a Noelle state.
Uh-oh.
Murder.
You're gonna murder, not just knock unconscious?
Yeah. She's in a Noelle state, as one could say.
You hit position 2. Right next to her.
Okay.
Suddenly, a hand is felt upon your shoulder. As she fucking sprints for her life.
There's a lot of fury in her eyes watching this woman run away. And Rouse could sense that her determination was
this whole time
being used.
He is saying Hera like this. Hera.
She cannot hear him.
Little one.
She is too busy, focused. She's twitching as if she's trying to run after, but is almost moving so fast that she's not moving at all.
Suddenly, finger snap in front of her face.
She got knocked out of her determined state.
Hera,
Huh? Yeah, yeah?
are you alright?
I don't know what that was. I
I think maybe
I
you're just
really wanted to hurt her.
I think maybe you're just hungry and not quite thinking straight. Let's cook. I'll cook you 2 steaks. Does that sound nice?
She nods really, really fast.
Alright then. And with it, we head off towards the castle to eat food. God, this
That was hilarious, though.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. A nat 20.
Man, this is gonna be a mess of a session, but I don't care anymore. I want Aaron to have his own voice again, for God's sake. Because I'm sick and tired
I'm giving him his own voice. Don't worry.
Because I'm
You'll
just,
have a voice.
like, I'm fucking tired of having Aaron personality be determined by a D4, a D20, and a D10.
Well, now it's much more complicated than that.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Like, yeah. And I guess, well, I mean, we have a 5th member in the party.
Which, an HP tank is always good.
I mean, the big thing is I might have to start, like, I might make you have your own little area just for you, specifically. Like, because trying to run a 5-person party with this system is gonna be hell, because having 5 out of 9 spaces full means means like chances are someone is going to get hit every turn.
That's fine. That's how it should be.
Granted, I could just have anyone who isn't here playing their character just group up on one of the 2 humans.
Yeah.
Or alternatively,
Well, there's technically 3 humans here.
I mean,
Hera is a human.
well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Hera, I thought the other vessel was a human.
Yeah, Aaron is human. Hera is human.
Well, Oh.
Remember, Ark
Hold
is
on
a
a second.
shadow.
What about Non?
Non is a monster.
Oh.
Do you see this dude?
Well, I saw him now. It's a Vegetoid.
He is what is proclaimed as the Ohio monster.
The Ohio monster. Okay.
That's what we affectionately refer to him as.
But it is a Vegetoid, right?
Oh yeah. Specifically an active edge.
Okay.
Like, he's a type of Vegetoid that has extra large limbs.
Okay.
That in mind, I think I might have to end the session because this is so scuffed and I don't know where else we can go.
Nah, we can still, cook at least. We can do some roleplay. Look, I've been waiting for literal weeks to do this. I am not letting you get away from me this easily.
Alright. As you walk into the castle, you see you see the entrance to Rousey's castle, the entrance hall. A cauldron, evidently, is in the middle of the room. He apparently likes to cook within the entrance as well as his kitchen. As you lead through, you enter forward into a dining hall. It's rather nice looking. A rather grand table. Going through it even further, You reach the end and reach a kitchen with many various cooking machines, and of course, a cauldron in the center.
Cauldron cooking? Those are for potions. Yeah, her voice is getting a little staggered as you hear her stomach audibly growl.
Oh, cauldrons you can cook a lot of things in cauldrons, even cakes. And upon command, magically a small cake shoots out of the cauldron.
She catches that shit out of the air with her mouth.
Anyways, I have steaks. I have steaks in my fridge that can be already defrosted. So don't worry. As he then grabs 2 of them. How would you like them to be cooked? Grilled, on a stove, in a pan, in a
She
pot?
tries to consume the steak from your hand.
Oi! Hera, no!
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Hera! He raises it above.
Chomp,
he raises it above so you can't reach it.
You have basically piranha teeth trying to jump up and bite the thing.
At least breathe fire on them. While you're trying to do that, at least.
She inhales extremely sharply, then blows a blast of fire up that is like... that also burns his hand type hot. It's not just like a slow burn. That shit was made to hurt people. I don't know if his defense makes him almost immune to her attacks, but you may have a crispy goat hand on your hands.
As you start breathing fire on it, as you breathe the first bit on it, he notices a good bit of it is being heated, and he slowly lowers it, assuming you'll breathe more fire, as he lowers one of the steaks towards you.
No, she chomps. She immediately, the moment it's within reach, she jumps up and chomps.
He throws the steak in the cauldron as you chomp on it. No, this is a massive steak, too. It's going to take you a bit to chew through that.
Yeah, she wants to. And yeah, it's going to take her a while, and it's chewy because it's going to take a while.
I imagine you're also still partially breathing out heat.
Yeah.
God. First Chris eating moss, then Aaron, then Aaron, then apparently Aaron with... I don't remember. Then apparently Aaron with drugs, and you with raw steak, apparently. What is it with you fucking humans? And just eating weird shit. I swear.
To be fair, she has all carnivorous teeth, which implies a carnivorous diet.
Rossi is just... all of the humans he knows do weird ass shit. And he's like, what the fuck? Are humans just like this?
She looks up and then just looks you dead in the eye and just says, no, I know. Just
You
us.
say as you're chewing on the meat.
Yes.
You know, you should at least sit in a chair while you eat that.
Why? Chomp, chomp, chomp.
God,
Oh, wait, no. I was thinking about if she had human teeth. No, she has draconic teeth. She's slicing and dicing that stuff.
It's a massive steak though. It's like you still gotta
Yeah, it's going to take her a while. It's going to take her a while, but it's not as long
all
as
the while
if she was just one.
it's like partially being cooked while you're eating it because you're constantly breathing out heat and small bits of fire.
Yeah.
God, it's like you're a merger of Chris and Susie both.
Well, I do have scales. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
As he adds the steak seasonings and the like, suddenly you do hear a voice come in. Oh, Rouse, are you cooking? Yeah. Why didn't you tell me? What's... And why did... Especially if it was gonna smell so nice. As 3 heads pop in. As Queen Clover comes in.
She growls and like tries to pull back on the meat to try to hide it, but is just continuing to eat it as she does this.
The more meek head kinda stays silent. The joyful head just kinda laughs. Just looks at you. Oh, how silly. Meanwhile, the aggressive one, listen here, you little shit. You couldn't stop me from taking that if you wanted to. Alright, don't
She
growl
drops
at
the
me.
meat. She drops the meat
especially
and blows a massive fucking fireball into his face.
You mean her face. Remember, you're talking to
Her
Queen
face.
Clover. Into the aggressive
Queen
one's
Clover, but
face.
into the aggressive face. Just a massive fucking fireball.
She holds her head there and shakes off all the soot.
She's already back to eating the meat.
Little You certainly know how to pick 'em, Rouse. You certainly know. I'm not the one who sent her here. Blame the good doctors for that. Oh, those doctors I've heard so much about. I still don't even know the full story with them. One day I'll get them. You're gonna fucking tell me one of these goddamn days. I'm gonna fucking hold you in place until you tell me one of these days. Yeah,
Another fireball is blasted into the aggressive one's face.
She eats it.
It is very hot. It burns the inside of her throat. To a painful degree. It's like not normal fire.
You seem to forget you're standing before...
I seem to forget that I'm a level 1.
Yeah.
Compared to a queen.
Who bare minimum would be like level... Like how I run it, bare minimum Clover would be like a level 10. So that...
Fair.
Like she may feel it,
Hey.
but like you really ain't doing much.
Yeah, I'm not doing damage.
Yeah.
It may hurt, but it is not dealing damage.
It hurts, but it's not hurting.
She's...
Well, what are you cooking?
But hey, it's a feisty one.
I like this kid. What's your name, Lou? What's your name? Yes.
She looks up
be lovely
with her, She looks up with her draconic eyes and just stares into the aggressive one's face and says, Hera, you?
I am Clover, Queen of the Dark World, wife to Rouse.
She turns and looks back at him and is like, You got bitches? Plural?
We may be 3 brains, but it is technically 3 copies of the same brain.
Well, they're obviously not the same.
Well, yes, but it is all. But
There's no but.
they do consider themselves one being.
She just sighs and goes back to eating her food.
Yeah, kinda. And yes, she looks. The joyful one looks at you and lightly laughs as she looks over. And yes, our bedroom life is just as insane as you think it is. Before giving a hearty laugh.
There's a chortle that comes out, and that actually just chars the entire steak because she wasn't paying attention for a second, and then she burnt the entire
Clover's
steak.
laughing too. You look over to Ralph, say, my man's entire body is pink. Like, he's not looking at you. Like, the back of his head is glowing red with how bright he is blushing. Well,
Just
anyways,
basically eating shit.
With that in mind, I'm cooking steak, Clover. Would you like any? Sure. Absolutely. That sounds wonderful, dear. He then reaches into...
She tries to stuff more of her steak in her mouth.
Relax. I'm getting 3 more for me. As Ralsei then throws an extra 4 steaks into the cauldron. I might as well cook one for myself, too.
She's quite the happy camper at this time.
We also
just eating and eating.
You know, we also have fruit in the fridge if you would like some.
Rouse said that, right?
Yeah.
Bro gets the middle finger.
You feel
She's just hungry.
You feel 3 sets of eyes staring you down.
She don't give any shits. She's hungry for a specific kind of food, and she will eat that food. She's continuing to eat said food.
Just you're gnawing on it like an animal.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like an animal.
And with it, let me roll something for Alcé. And after a quick moment with a presto. Alright, they're done. Come on, everyone, let's go out and eat. He gives you your...
She picks up the extra steak and holds it over her head while just finishing off the last one. She's eating surprisingly quick for someone her size.
Oh yeah, Ralsei does notice it a bit. My, you are hungry.
She legitimately rolls the other steak up and just begins shoving it down her throat, chomping on it, and just
it's a good
cutting it up as it goes down.
It's a good thing I brought in light world materials for when I cooked for Lightners.
She finally sits back and just goes, "Oh, that was so good. Thank you."
You're welcome. Oh, no. So, I assume you'll probably go out after your brother.
At this time, yes.
Well,
he definitely doesn't belong here. Though, that's the old me talking. Naomi says, Yeah, seems legit.
Well,
I've seen so much crap. I got a lot more answers than I originally bargained for.
well,
Oh,
that's
I
how life
remembered
is
an old
sometimes, isn't
friend.
it?
How did I forget?
Hmm. In truth,
She's like, you know, hitting herself on the head, trying to remember how she forgot
he grabs your
all of
hand.
this
The
information.
moment you swing your own hand against
No,
your own,
it's she wasn't. No, it's just like an inch, just up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not like she's actually trying to hurt herself. She's just trying to jog her memory.
well, in truth, if you weren't if you weren't sent here, we and even if we were, we wouldn't really. We were unsure of whether or not we would want you to remember. You should just be a child, living your life. If you're if you don't have to be a part of destiny, there's no reason why
But
you should be
destiny
forced
chose
to
me.
remember. I know. I know.
Oh, and Gaster decided to come with me too.
You
Part
show
of
off
him, at
that
least.
small piece of him.
Yeah, she slowly takes it out of probably the inside of her chest.
Do not. I do not need to see. Ugh. Ugh.
That's why I can use void magic.
He
She
looks
just
at you
giggles.
and he stares at you like a face said, "I'm sorry. What?"
She just points into the air, and a giant, massive blob just comes out of her finger.
Just a mess of void.
Just a mess of void.
He looks at you, and he's like, "I see.
Damn it.
Interesting."
I need to remember. It is exactly.
You know?
Okay.
Huh. Clover, maybe you and Hera can talk for a bit. I need to make a call. Real quick.
She turns over to the joyful Clover and is smiling almost demonically.
My, my. Quite the smile you have there, don't you? Reminds me of Susie's when we first met. Ha!
You know, who is Susie? I can't remember them.
I'm surprised. Well, I guess. Well, it was partially covered up, but they couldn't cover it all up. Oh well. She was part of the
Mm,
fuck squad prior to its reformation.
she thinks,
She was in
and
Rousey's
then
group.
she just suddenly blurts out, "Purple dinosaur."
Yep. The fact that more kids remember her as the fact that more kids remember her as the purple dinosaur instead of Susie will always baffle me.
Because that's what she is. Purple dinosaur.
I wonder how she feels. She saved the world, and that's how people remember her.
And she thinks about it for another minute. Because to her, Rouse is like an uncle, and his friends are like, would be like in a similar fashion to family, but not actually family, even if she hasn't really met them. There was a human in the duck squad, wasn't there?
Yep.
Uh,
Rouse was going off of the current incarnation of the prophecy. It was believed a human, a monster, and a prince from the dark. However, the prophecy has rewritten itself. Now it is a human, a monster, a royal from an heir from the dark, and a scholar from the dark, and a dark scholar. A shadow heir, and a form scholar.
then has it rewritten itself again?
I just told you what it's rewritten itself to, though.
No, but has it rewritten since I came here?
No, it hasn't changed.
Okay.
If it's changed at all, I don't. You may not quite get it, but it was when the prophecy finally had a concrete rewrite for itself that we made our decision on who we chose.
Oh. A dark scholar. Then what would I be?
We don't know. You seem to be someone intruding. It seems to me as if the person rewriting the prophecy this time isn't. Seems to me the prophecy isn't being rewritten. Seems to me like you're adding something new to it.
Adding something new, huh? Well,
We've never had a
I'm
version
good at
with
that.
5 people. Even in parties with 5. And even then, those parties of 5 wouldn't last very long. After all, a party of 5 in this case would, well, more so simply be for survival's sake. Like, for instance, during the middle of the roaring. Fun times.
Her scar had started burning brighter.
You actually
Just
do notice
thinking about the roaring.
You actually notice on the meek head, you see a scar on the back of it. Fun times.
I got this from the angel himself. She points to the burning scar.
Oh.
Along with all the other damage I sustained.
I was lucky enough to not fight the angel. I fought a angel, but not the angel, and
Not like it was a fight anyway.
she...
My body got completely ruined. And it seems like Rouse fixed it for the most part.
Little one, look at me over here. Yo, you want to see some absolutely gnarly ass shit? The meek one is just silent. Take a look at what... I may not have faced the angel, but you want to see what the one I fought gave me? As she then removes fur to unveil a perfectly carved out hole in her chest.
She just stares in wonder. They're that powerful, huh? Even the small ones.
I mean, couldn't beat me, but...
How are you not dead?
I
By
have,
every anatomy in the known universe, you should be.
I have 3 brains. What else do you think I have 3 of?
You have 3 hearts?
Yep. I also have 3
Then you're
sets.
working at
I also have 3 sets of lungs.
you're working at 2/3 efficiency. That's going to shorten your lifespan.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, not maybe, but yes, it will.
That's what you think. That's what the doctors told me when they said I should have been dead 10 years ago.
Maybe it's the magic in this place that's helping you stay.
It's magic, alright, but... She looks towards the door Rouse walked out of.
She puts on the Gaster face over her face. Just having fun.
Though you look over to it too, real quick.
Yeah.
I'm real quick. Alright, you got this. So, Clover doesn't quite hear it, but you kind of, focusing a bit, you kind of do hear what sounds like it almost sounds sort of like distant shouting. Like an argument almost.
She turns the mask around. Gaster, are you arguing with him?
He looks at you and looks away.
It's okay. You're helpful.
He doesn't understand.
She placed... Oh. Why wouldn't he? Why would he? You're part of the reason why I got hurt, right? Part of the reason why I was in that situation.
It's more so the void magic. As you then actually hear from outside, I should fucking kick your goddamn... You actually do manage to hear this. I should kick your goddamn ass next time I fucking see you for pulling this shit. Are you fucking insane? She's a goddamn child! Before, like, he walks a bit further away and you can't make out the words.
Tell him that I heard him.
Okay.
Thanks. She puts him back into her chest, and the Gaster just melts into the chest.
After a few more moments, Rousey does come back in. As you and Clover are enjoying your steaks, as he begins eating his own.
She decides not to bother him further upon, that. And she keeps her little void friend. She's talking to him, but not with her words, but with her mind.
Yeah, makes sense. I get it.
So, why exactly is Rousey angry with you, Gaster?
As you know, Hera, this cycle of the angel coming and going has happened far, far too many times at this point. And seemingly every time, they're always allowed to live.
Not this time.
And with it, I have elected to give you something that many would consider dangerous.
Mm.
Void element is a very, very dangerous and unstable element.
Yeah, it easily shot out of me, like it was repulsed.
Do you understand the blank element, correct?
She thinks for a moment and then nods.
Or, I believe it's... Or am I thinking of null element? No.
Mm.
Void element is
Though
much
OC,
like...
I don't understand what blank is.
Blank is one of the elements.
Yeah. But
And
what does it do?
the idea is that blank element is supposed to have combos. I'm trying to... The idea is blank element was supposed to just be an element that was blank and was synergistic with a bunch of other elements. However, I'm thinking of the void of the no. However, I'm mistaking it for the fact that prior to its rename, blank element used to be called void.
Blank used to be called void?
Yeah, because the idea was that like the idea was that you would have two. However, there is a element counterpart to void now in full. Because the idea was that it was color and void, you know? Like,
Color and void of color.
yeah.
Yeah.
However, I then
She...
switched it to blank because I thought it would work a bit better. Because,
Yeah, because
void
it fit better.
yeah, and, in the context of Undertale and Deltarune, the term void...
Void is actually the black, not the blank.
Yeah.
Because black is not blankness.
Void element...
Or the blankness is not the black of the void.
Void element has synergies with... well, it's more so
Can it
that
have synergy with Draconic?
It both has and doesn't have synergies with everything. As a consequence, if you use it wrong, it can be incredibly unstable. Because the big thing with Void is that it resists and synergizes with everything.
Which means... Oh, she has all damage resistance.
However, it's also weak to everything.
How does that work? So how does resistance and weakness...
Like, that's the thing with Void Element. It doesn't. It's an inherently unstable element that only works as long as the plot demands it. AKA,
so the void will...
AKA, depending on how your character is at the moment, I will kind of determine a lot of things. By default, assume you have resistances to everything, unless, for whatever reason... It's something that, like...
So void is our plot. Void is the plot armor.
Kind of. It's so, like, basically all of the elements you could get from the apprentice subclass are, like, our plot element.
And then this one especially.
Yeah. Like, they have a general basis that they should be based on. For instance, Void, to some degree, should be along the lines, like, should be similar. Void should be a fusion of, technically, all the non-elements that don't have synergies, because then all their synergies stack. To be more precise, technically it's based off of blank, because Void actually, technically, by default, does share its weakness to color. Due to the concept being that, color is light energy. Technically.
Well, there is a light energy specifically, so wouldn't it just be weak to light rather than color?
Specifically, it's like because
Because
color,
the blackness,
the idea is like color specifically in this context is creativity and creation.
Void is destruction.
More like void is nothingness.
Well, it is rather destructive.
Yes. Void is destructive due to the fact that it is the absence of something. And as a consequence, anything that touches it now becomes a part of that absence of being. Hence why, presumably Rousey would be incredibly angry to discover a child, a literal 14-year-old, had Void element.
Using Void and used it that easily.
It's like, even if
she didn't have any trouble.
Like, even if they're confident, if anything, from his perspective, your self-confidence and ease of use of it just accentuates just how absolutely fucked the situation is.
Yeah.
Because, like, from his perspective, he's like, oh my god, this child basically is, like, practically risking non-existence just by doing anything. What the actual fuck is wrong with you, Gaster? Are you in... it's like, it's why he said, are you in... That's why in his own words, he said, I consider both Gasters completely batshit insane who cross multiple lines in terms of ethics.
I mean, she doesn't... The child obviously doesn't understand or just doesn't think that they've crossed that line of ethics. Void magic to her, it looks pretty cool.
The Gasters getting Hera to join them. Hey kid, want void magic?
You want some void magic?
Hey kid, you want some void?
She takes the void sig. And turns out her void immunity also includes other void, so she's just outright immune. That would actually be a very good plot point if she was immune to like her internal void magic.
I mean, on technical
or if she is or is not.
I mean, on a technical level, you are. Just depends on what the fuck happens in the plot. At the current moment, you are.
She starts trying to experiment with, all 4 of her magic types, her magical elements that she has access to.
Messing around
with her bravery and... Yeah, she's just trying to see what the fuck she can do.
Of course. Of course, Rousey is eating his steak, prim and proper, as a king is supposed to.
Yeah. And she has a void ball that is mixing with a fireball that is mixing with a draconic ball that is mixing with a ball of DT.
Rousey looks up at the ball. I'm not cleaning that if that explodes.
I don't think it will.
Anyways, I suppose after I'm done eating, we should head to the great door so you could head out after your brother.
So why does it become more unstable? Could I possibly help it reset?
We can't quite reset it. We can revert some of the instability with maintenance, but over time it simply constantly
If
having...
it's the, the rainbow colored sand store, is that what that is?
I mean, like, the Great Gold Door. The one that,
But
the one that
is there like
normally...
gold, like rainbow colored fire coming out from underneath it?
No. Not yet,
Okay.
anyways. You know, basically, the Great Door that, like, Ralsei has in the Primordial Dark World does work like the teleport doors with the Sans Fire. It's just a case of, like, he's constantly had to use it to go to Dark Worlds that were physically disconnected from the Primordial one. So as a consequence, just constant usage of doing that just wore down the thing. It still works for the most part, and going to the Stacked Deck Kingdom, which is still physically connected to the Primordial Dark World, should be fine. You know?
Yeah. So it's basically just being used as a teleport door right now. Is she gonna come out of a teleport door?
Well, let's see. Do you... That... Mind, you want to go to that Great Door and see what happens?
Sure. This time she's, fully recovered from her bout. And in the light world, this also somewhat healed her. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, the reason I ask is because, like, do you want to go find Aaron?
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's like, this can also be how we...
Is Aaron alone right now?
No, Aaron would be in this hotel with all the rest of the party members.
Oh.
So basically,
He's in his own room.
Yeah. As you go to the Great Door, Ralsei has it close. Placing his hand upon it, you see underneath it lights begin to glow. As slowly, a rainbow of color comes out from underneath it.
She looks at it and remembers that that's a teleport door.
My, I do wonder how much the Gasters let you explore. This will take you to your brother. Simple as that. I'm not sure where he is.
Okay.
All I know is that he's in the Stacked Deck Kingdom. Once you enter this door, you will appear in the room he is in.
I see. He, scratches her chin, and then just outright slams into the door trying to get it open because she wants to get to her brother with almost extreme prejudice at this point. She will tear shit apart to get to him. She's done waiting.
As you push open the door you walk through, Ralsei simply tells you, "Goodbye, little one, and good luck. Farewell."
Take care. She turns around before he can shut the door. Take care.
But as you walk through the Great Door, you walk into a hotel room. You see Aaron cuddling with Non, passed out.
She starts whispering.
Alright, let's roll for Aaron to see if he wakes up. Are you trying not to wake him?
Yeah.
The moment you open your mouth, immediately Aaron opens his eyes. And the moment a noise left your mouth, immediately eyes wide open.
He has to stay quiet because Non.
And his eyes widen. At first he looks at you, he's like,
Yeah, he's just like, he looks very, very pissed off.
Maybe, to some degree.
No, the vessel is also making him look very, very pissed off.
Ah.
Because the vessel is here. And the vessel is like, you little bitch, you're here? But without actually saying that.
Non's still passed out.
He can't get up, though, because, you know, that's going to
Oh,
wake
no,
Non up.
no. Oh, he can easily push Non off him.
Non is a heavy sleeper?
Oh, yeah.
Aaron
Well, Non
gets...
immediately wakes up. He looks... He just doesn't give a shit and immediately just goes back to sleep.
Okay.
Because he hasn't processed it yet.
Because Non saw her once.
Yep.
She's just like, oh, shit. I didn't know you were asleep, brother. I don't care. How did you fucking get here?
So, Aaron, you don't remember, bringing your sister here? You don't...
Yeah, how the fuck did you get here? I found a way. That doesn't answer my question. He just puts his head in his hands. Is just like,
because like Aaron knows
we're going to
firsthand
bring
how
you right back
actually
out of this.
dangerous this place is. Like
We're going to bring you right back out of this
like
dark
he
world
had
as
a
soon as we
like he
fucking
had a
can.
shark
Get
mecha try and
Dan?
inject him with the mech against his consent. Like this place is dangerous, especially the stacked deck kingdom, since in context, literally anywhere outside of this village, the law is to kill on sight.
For anyone?
Lightners. Either kill or capture on sight.
I see. He's just like, you're not leaving this fucking hotel. You got that? I don't got that. He's just like, no, you have to stay here. It is not safe out there for you. You will die. I'll die with you. Oh my god. You are so fucking stupid sometimes. Stay
Siblings, you
here.
love them, but... you love your siblings, but... fucking Christ.
And what the fuck did you do to your arms? What is going on with your eyes?
Oh yeah, because it does... because, like, because Aaron doesn't quite realize his sister's healed yet. Like, he's still processing everything.
Yeah. I regenerated myself. How the fuck did you end up doing that? Magic. Where did you learn that? Gaster. Does Aaron know of Gaster?
Aaron knows of Gaster. However, the only things he knows of him are from the papers, and he can't decipher shit. All he really knows is that he's supposed to be guided by a higher entity that is supposed to link to him, and that apparently he has a bunch of weird things he can't remember that he did at some point. He doesn't, like, all he knows is that he doesn't know shit, and that things are supposed to be a certain way, and things are changing and are different now.
Oh. This vessel is telling me to fucking... Oh, just... Vessel? Higher power? Yeah, now it's...
Here's the thing.
and now it's Hera's turn.
Realistically, yeah, Hera would have a far better understanding of it, because she's read it, had a far easier time actually reading those papers. It still, like, it felt like madness reading it. However, you know, everything makes
she
a lot more
understood.
sense.
She got the gist.
Yeah.
And Aaron, on the other hand, is about to get his ass beat by the child because he's getting guided by a higher power. Aaron, you... her magic starts flaring. Not just from her scar, but from all over her body. Holy shit, what are you doing? I'm gonna get rid of them. She, suddenly in a much deeper tone than she normally is able to do, is I'm gonna get rid of them now. Yeah, she's about to attack the soul.
You mean Aaron's soul?
Well, it's not Aaron's soul, is it?
Well, on a technical level, you have to remember, because you're both Aaron and Hera, you can't be both of their souls. Both of their souls are their own.
No, I'm not Hera's soul. Aaron's soul is the one I'm pushed into. Hera has her own bravery soul. And I'm forced to use the DT soul.
On a technical level, since you're playing both characters, you are connected to both, technically, I'm afraid.
Hera suddenly feels that higher power push back. It's just like, cool your jets.
Because
Cool
remember,
your jets,
Aiden,
you little determined freak.
You were brought here because, without...
I had to take care of Aaron.
Without someone to actually act as a voice for Aaron, he's a bunch of dice. And in the context of his own world, it technically means, while he's a part of Destiny, he doesn't get any say in Destiny anymore. I can't really make...
Now he does. Aaron is just, oh my god. Gaster, why did you do that?
Like hell, Aaron didn't even realize his little sister was potentially someone considered for this. Because, he had no fucking idea.
Yeah, I mean...
So this is, he's just he's just, all of this information is just a massive...
2 seconds. He has to sit back down and he just ignores it for now. He just goes back to sleep.
He's just gonna go back to sleep. Aaron's just gonna go back to sleep.
Cuddling with Non.
Well, not just Non, because, now she's here. And...
Oh, no. She's not going in that bed.
She's not the jealous type.
She's not.
She's not jealous that this complete rando just gets to hug her brother.
Oh no, she is going to murder this fool later. But their
to be fair,
higher
Non
power
is
also
played
asleep
by
right
Bear.
now. Non is played by who?
Bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not here right now, so you can't do anything.
It's just Aaron gets back in the bed, grabs Non, cuddles back with him, and just goes back to sleep.
Exactly. She just stares. Her magic slowly subsiding now. And she just sits up against the bottom of the bed. She's not in it, but she's near it. Just staring daggers into Non.
This random Ohio monster gets to cuddle with gets to straight up cuddle with him. Meanwhile, you have to fucking full on fist fight him just to get him to hug you.
She's just. You know, I had some fun over here. Aaron's asleep still. Well, I'm just going to write on the scroll before I go to sleep. And she basically does a diary of what happened today on her scroll using void magic. Including what happened in the light world as well. Including what happened during school.
Well, I mean, technically...
And, you know, like, she's documented her entire day, is what I'm saying.
In lore, it's like summer break.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's summer break. That's like one of the big reasons why, you know, it's so weird Aaron's at school, you know?
Yeah. I thought we were just breaking into school after school.
Unfortunately, no. You are not doing a crime. One could argue... You know, it was especially weird when, you know, he said he was gonna head out, you know, to the school. And... didn't come back home that night.
Yeah, and she was just like, brother, you ain't doing that to me. She was about to find his ass and give him a what for. And now that this has happened, there's just too much stuff going on for her to give him a what for.
Well, it's 12:43 where I am.
Oh, 40 for you?
Yeah.
Damn, it's 3:43 for me.
Yeah. You should probably go to sleep then. Because I'm gonna...
Oh, don't worry. I have to get up at like 10 today.
Well... ultimately speaking, I think this is I think this is a good enough time to end the session.
Anyway.
I'm just stop recording now, if that's alright.
Yeah, you're just messing around and stuff. I'm still watching it.